Hello बच्चे, today we will be starting with this part of our chapter unit, that is types of vibrations. Before starting with the chapter, I'll tell you that in your final paper you will get 3 to 5 marks questions out of this part of this unit sound. You are able to attempt all those questions if you have gone through the chapter carefully, means आपको उसको अच्छे से हर sentence को read करना है, because so many keywords will be there. Without these keywords you will not able to get the marks in this chapter. So hope you will listen carefully and able to read out the chapter thoroughly, able to understand it. Now we'll be starting with this part, that is types of vibration. In this part, types of vibration, we are going to read out 3 types of vibrations regarding this sound. First one is natural vibrations. These are also known as free vibrations. Second one is damped vibrations, and third one is forced vibrations. Before starting with the definitions, I would like to give you one example. सपोज जब आप स्कूल से घर आते हैं, उसके बाद डेफिनेटली सबके पेरेंट्स ये मान के चलते हैं कि आने के बाद बच्चा अपना काम खुद से करेगा. ओके, अब अलग अलग तरीके के स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं. कोई बिना कहे से अपना काम कर लेता है, किसी को कहना पड़ता है, किसी को बार बार बोलना पड़ता है. सो फर्स्ट सिनेरियो हम ये अज्यूम करके चलते हैं कि कुछ बच्चे ऐसे होते हैं जो घर आते हैं, थोड़ी देर अपना रिफ्रेश होते हैं, चाहे वो टीवी देखें, खेले, व्हाटएवर दे वुड लाइक टू डू, और उसके बाद वो अपना काम खुद से करना शुरू कर देते हैं. इस तरीके के बच्चों के केस में हम ये मानकर चलते हैं कि इनिशियली कभी उनके पेरेंट्स ने उनको ये सिखाया है कि आपको अपना काम खुद से करना है, और वो एक बार की सिखाई हुई बात को लेकर हमेशा अपना काम खुद करते रहते हैं. मीन्स उन्हें बार बार कोई फोर्स नहीं चाहिए, और चाहे जितना भी टीवी चल रहा है, पार्क में जितने भी बच्चे खेल रहे हो, वो कभी भी अपना काम बीच में नहीं छोड़ते. मीन्स कोई भी रेजिस्टिव फोर्स जो उनके आसपास काम कर रही है उनको नहीं रोक पाती है. तो इससे हम क्या मतलब कैसे रिलेट कर पाएंगे? इससे हम ये मानते हैं कि जो वाइब्रेशंस उन बच्चों के माइंड में चल रही हैं, वो एक बार कभी किसी फोर्स ने शुरू की थी, और जितनी भी रेजिस्टिव फोर्सेस हैं आसपास, उनका उसके ऊपर कोई फर्क नहीं है. मींस वो बच्चे ये मानकर चलते हैं कि हमारे लिए कोई रेजिस्टिव फोर्स काम कर ही नहीं रही है, टीवी चल रहा है चलने दो, वो उनके लिए कोई रेजिस्टिव फोर्स का काम नहीं कर रही है, और वो अपना काम करते रहते हैं. मींस उनका काम करना एक ऐसी वाइब्रेशन की तरह से है जिसके ऊपर कोई भी रेजिस्टिव फोर्स एक्ट नहीं करती, और एक बार इनिशियली किसी ने उसको शुरू कर दिया था और वो हमेशा के लिए चलता जा रहा है. बट आप सबको ये बात अच्छे से पता है कि ऐसी वाली चीजें थोड़ी इम्पॉसिबल होती हैं. सब बच्चे ऐसा वाला काम नहीं करते हैं. सो हमारी नेचुरल वाइब्रेशंस कुछ ऐसी ही हैं. हम इन नेचुरल वाइब्रेशंस को अगर डिफाइन करना चाहें तो हाउ कैन वी से दैट these are the periodic vibrations of a body. I am saying again, these are the periodic vibrations of a body. Periodic vibrations, I believe everybody is able to remember this. Periodic vibrations of a body which will happen in the absence of any resistive force, or you may say that in the absence of any external force. उनके ऊपर बाहर का कोई भी फोर्स एक्ट नहीं कर रहा, कोई रेजिस्टिव फोर्स एक्ट नहीं कर रहा. ऐसे में कोई भी सब्सटेंस जो भी वाइब्रेशंस प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है, ऑल दोज वाइब्रेशंस, ऑल दोज पीरियोडिक वाइब्रेशंस आर नोन एज नेचुरल वाइब्रेशंस और फ्री वाइब्रेशंस. मैं एक बार फिर से डिफाइन कर रही हूँ, ध्यान से सुनिए. These are the periodic vibrations produced by a body in the absence of any resistive force or in the absence of any other external force. I believe example से बहुत अच्छे से आप रिलेट कर पाए हैं इसको, कि जो बच्चा अपना काम खुद से कर रहा है, जितनी भी फोर्सेस आर बार उसके एक्ट कर रही हैं, जो उसको डिस्ट्रैक्ट कर रही हैं, उसका उसके ऊपर कोई फर्क नहीं है. ये वाइब्रेशंस कंटिन्यू करती जाती हैं. और अगर मुझे कोई बोले कि मुझे इसका ग्राफ बनाना है, तो आई कैन ड्रॉ इट दिस वे. अगर मुझे इन वाइब्रेशंस का ग्राफ बनाना है, मैं कुछ ऐसा बनाऊंगी. अगर ये वाइब्रेशंस डिस्ट्रैक्ट नहीं हो रही, तो मींस इनका फ्रीक्वेंसी और इनका एम्पलीट्यूड, दोनों चीजें हमेशा के लिए क्या रहेंगी? सेम रहेंगी, कांस्टेंट रहेंगी, वो कभी भी डिक्रीज नहीं होंगी. तो इसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी और एम्पलीट्यूड सारी वाइब्रेशंस की हमेशा के लिए ऐसा काम करेंगी, और ये ग्राफ हमेशा के लिए ऐसा बनेगा. गॉट इट? अब ये ग्राफ हम कैसा बनाते हैं? इसको टाइम भी बना सकते हैं, डिस्प्लेसमेंट टाइम ग्राफ भी बोल सकते हैं, या डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ भी बना सकते हैं. इनकी जो एम्पलीट्यूड है, इन वाइब्रेशंस की जो फ्रीक्वेंसी है, दैट विल ऑलवेज रिमेन सेम. गॉट इट? Now we will talk about the natural frequency and natural period. I told you these are the natural vibrations. This graph is related to your natural or free vibrations, and this is your displacement time graph. This graph is showing you that these vibrations, their amplitude and their frequency remains constant. Now here two terms are introduced. First one is natural frequency. This natural frequency is the frequency of the body with which it is moving throughout the time. This frequency is known as natural frequency, means every object has its own natural frequency with which it is able to vibrate. And second term is natural period. Definitely this term period, that is related to its time period only. So the time period exhibited by any of the object naturally, that is known as its natural period, or you can say natural time period. Now according to this one which we are reading over here, natural or free vibrations, we can interpret one more result from this. I told you when the child was studying, there was no effect of resistive forces on the child. What it means that? We can assume it there is no resistive force. Means in these kind of vibrations, in natural vibrations, there is no resistive force acting on the body. And where this can be possible? This is possible only in vacuum. Means these free vibrations or natural vibrations are possible only in vacuum, and practically it is impossible to obtain this vacuum and to exhibit the vibrations of a particular body. Means these natural vibrations or free vibrations is a hypothetical term. It is possible only in theoretical part. It is possible only in theories. In practical way, we are not able to obtain natural or free vibrations. I told you that these kind of vibrations are possible only in vacuum. But what if there is a medium? Why it is not possible in medium? In medium, particles are present around the object. Suppose we are talking about a pendulum and this pendulum is oscillating in the medium. During the oscillations of this pendulum, these particles which are present in the air, they are going to offer resistance to the motion of this pendulum. That means the energy possessed by this vibrating body, जितना भी energy pendulum के पास है, that is used up to overcome the resistance offered to these particles, and slowly and steadily the motion becomes zero, or the motion of the object ceases. Okay, this is the situation if medium is present. That's why we are saying these kind of vibrations are possible only in vacuum, because if medium is there, slowly and steadily the amplitude decreases and graph will come this way, which is not the graph of natural vibrations or free vibrations. Now we are going to start with the examples of this natural vibration. Again, I am telling you one thing, this is a theoretical term. This is not possible in practical way. All the examples which we are doing now, you need to imagine that all these things, they are present in vacuum. Then only these kind of vibrations are possible. Regarding the examples, you can write down, suppose pendulum oscillating in vacuum, boy playing sitar in vacuum or guitar in vacuum, or you can say a beaker placed under the tap is filled and that is also placed in vacuum. The vibrations which we are getting, that are called our natural vibrations. All these are examples of natural vibrations. Means whatever bodies are vibrating, you can write, but along with that you need to add that term, that is in vacuum. Whenever you are writing this term in vacuum, all the vibrations, they will become natural vibrations. Means they will never end. They will continue forever with the same frequency, with the same amplitude. Got it? Now we will start with the examples of free vibrations. As I told you, whatever vibrating body you are writing, and if you are writing that it is present in vacuum, that will become the example of free vibrations. But is the frequency of these particular objects can be increased or decreased? As I am saying, if with whatever frequency the body will start vibrating, it will remain the same one. But what if I need to increase or decrease the frequency of that particular body? What can I do? For that, we need to understand about the formulas to find out the frequency of that particular object. Suppose we are talking about first example, simple pendulum. You studied in your 9th standard that frequency of the simple pendulum is given by 1 by 2 pi under root g upon L, where under root g is the acceleration due to gravity, L is the length of the pendulum. Okay, from here we can find out that frequency is directly proportional to under root g and frequency is inversely proportional to under root L. On the surface of earth, we are considering that this value is almost same, that will remain same. So we can say from here that frequency of this pendulum, that is inversely proportional to the square root of length. Means if we are increasing the length, the frequency of the pendulum is decreasing, or if we are decreasing the length, the frequency of pendulum increases. So if we have to increase or decrease the frequency of simple pendulum, we can change the length and accordingly we can have the same frequency. Suppose this is the pendulum earlier we have, whatever frequency say f it is having this time. If I have to increase the frequency of this, then I need to reduce the length of the pendulum because these are inversely proportional. So I can do the length of pendulum this much and now the frequency increases because the length of the pendulum decreases as compared to the previous one. But remember this thing बेटा कि ये जो frequency एक बार exhibit करना शुरू कर देगा throughout the motion, अगर ये vacuum में हो रहा है फिर इसका फ्रीक्वेंसी वही रहेगा, इन बिटवीन आप उसको चेंज नहीं करेंगे, नहीं रोकेंगे. अगर आपको इसका फ्रीक्वेंसी चेंज करना है तो मोशन शुरू करने से पहले इसका लेंथ छोटा या बड़ा कर दीजिए, देन द फ्रीक्वेंसी कैन बी चेंज्ड. Okay, coming on to the second example, same way, load suspended from the string or spring. अगर suppose कोई भी एक spring ऐसे और मैं इसके नीचे से कोई भी load लटका देती हूँ, ठीक है, कोई भी suspend कर देती हूँ, whatever will be the mass of the load, उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है what is the frequency of that particular vibrating object, and accordingly we can increase or decrease. The frequency can be given by this formula. You need not to learn it कि ये कहाँ से आया, मतलब कैसे डेरिवेशन हुआ, आपको सिर्फ अभी के लिए फॉर्मूला याद करना है अपनी इस क्लास के लिए. So frequency is equal to 1 by 2 pi under root k upon m. K is the force constant, whatever force is exhibited by the spring, and m is the mass of load. ये जो force होता है ये इसी load की वजह से आता है. तो जितना ज्यादा आप mass करेंगे, because this is inversely proportional, if mass will be more, the frequency will be less. तो अगर आपको load से कभी भी string से कोई भी suspension कर रहे हैं, vibration हो रहा है, if you need to increase or decrease the frequency, so you can increase or decrease the mass accordingly, right? Coming on to the third example, your tuning fork. Tuning fork कुछ एक ऐसा apparatus होता है, I believe सबने अपनी लैब में देखा होगा, लास्ट ईयर हमने किया था, ऐसा कोई apparatus होता है. इसको रबर पैड पर ऐसे जोर से स्ट्राइक करते हैं तो थोड़ी सी वाइब्रेशन आती है, बट जनरली वो बहुत ज्यादा ऑडिबल नहीं होती. आप अपने कान के पास लाते हैं, then only you are able to hear it. So these kind of tuning forks, they are able to provide a single frequency. आप उसको as such नहीं अपने आप बढ़ा या घटा सकते हो. ये tuning fork जितने भी frequency के लिए बना है, it is able to produce only that much frequency because it is dependent कि how much amount of frequency is produced by this. This is dependent on the construction of this tuning fork. एक बार ये जैसा बन गया, इसके जो blades हैं, इसकी जितनी width हो गई, जितनी length हो गई, according to that the frequency will remain fixed. Okay. Next example for free vibration is the vibrations produced by a flute or any of the organ pipe in vacuum. And for this one, frequency is inversely proportional to the length of air column of this particular instrument. Flute है तो उसका air column, organ pipe है तो उसका air column. I think all of you are aware about air column. Suppose we are talking about this is a port and this is filled this much with water. So rest of the part where the air molecules are present, if with any of the force these air molecules will start vibrating, so we are saying the vibrations produced in the air column, means air column is that part which the part in which only air molecules are present. So vibration of air column means the vibrations produced in the air column of that particular instrument. This is also sometimes acting as an instrument. कभी कभी ये भी बजाने के लिए भी यूज करते हैं कुछ लोग, टिपिकली किसी विलेज में जब हमारे कोई फंक्शंस होते हैं वैसे वाले टाइप पर. And the second one is stringed instruments like your sitar, guitar, these kind of instruments. In this one, frequency is given by this formula. Frequency is equal to 1 by 2L under root T upon pi R square D, where L is the length of the string, T is the tension in the string, R is the radius of the string, and D is the density of the material with which string is made up of. Means if we need to increase the frequency, we can decrease the length. ये भी कर सकते हैं. If we need to increase the frequency, we can increase the tension because these are directly proportional. If we need to increase the frequency, we can decrease the radius, means thickness of the string. If we need to increase the frequency, we can decrease the density of the particular material. इनमें से किसी भी एक method से, from any one of these methods, we can increase or decrease the frequency of particular instrument, whatever string instrument we have taken. Now suppose I am saying कि every string instrument is having its own frequency. What is the meaning of this? कभी कभी हम बोलते भी हैं कि ये गिटार अपनी एक साउंड प्रोड्यूस करता है, सितार अपने तरीके की एक साउंड प्रोड्यूस करता है. हम क्यों ये बोलते हैं? Because the strings present in that particular instrument that will remain fixed, means their length will remain fixed, their thickness will remain fixed. उनके अंदर जो वायर डली होती है, हर वायर अलग थिकनेस की, अलग लेंथ की, अलग टेंशन से अटैच्ड होती है. सो जब जब आप जिस भी स्ट्रिंग को प्लग करेंगे वो वैसी एक अलग साउंड प्रोड्यूस करेगा, अलग फ्रीक्वेंसी की साउंड प्रोड्यूस करेगा. गॉट इट? So this way we can talk about the examples of free vibrations and how the frequency of these particular instruments can be increased or decreased according to the requirement. I believe now everybody is able to do these free vibrations very well. Please read out the content from your book line to line.